Hey, 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 welcome to the Raducation podcast. This is your very first episode, and as always, here with Jeremy Gleaves, the entrepreneur, and...
and Ryan Davidson, the Ryan, just the Ryan.
The Ryan? Alright, makes sense. Yeah. And today we're going to be talking about why we made this podcast.
Big question.
Why did we make this? I guess we were like bored, right?
Yeah.
We were like, let's do something.
Let's make a podcast.
Let's make a Yeah, let's make a podcast. Let's do something that sounds fun and that'll flex our minds a little, you know?
Just something different, you know?
Something different, yeah, different than what all those kiddos are doing today. I bet like everyone else is like, oh, I'm gonna play Flappy Bird. I know that's not topical, but honestly, they probably, like, some kids still have it, and they're just like, do. It's like, do some, but what, okay. Yeah, I recently, I deleted all the games off my phone, right? Cause like, it's like, not really doing anything. Like, when I look back in my life, you know, I'm gonna be like, I'm not going to remember playing Flappy Bird, but I'm going to remember, like, oh, there's that one time that I, like, made that thing, like this podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. You're not going to remember, like, you know, your high score and, like, Flappy Bird. I actually don't even have any games on my phone.
You don't have any games on your phone?
Nah.
Nice, you're ahead of me.
No, I had like a few, but I ended up deleting it because I just like ran out of data.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so glad that I cleared my phone and like I have 4 gigabytes of space. It's amazing. I deleted. Yeah, I just like dumped all my photos on my computer and just deleted all. Yeah, that was kind of necessary to do that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I should do that. I think I have like 600 photos of just like, there's like all these old photos of like, you know, Snapchats, screenshots.
Right. See, it's like those, it's like, oh, like Snapchat isn't supposed to be this, but it's like, these are so funny and like I want to keep these forever. It's like, shit.
Right? Like, yeah. I don't know, it's kind of weird, like, the premise of Snapchat is that, like, you know, look at this photo for 3 seconds, then it's gone forever.
Right.
But then, like, you
like,
screenshot everything, and it's just like, wow. I know, right? There's, like, all these nice photos.
And then, like, your stories, it's like, oh, what a nice succinct, like, capturing of my life on this day.
Like, alright, hey, friends, this is what happened to me today. And then it's just gone the next day.
Although it's true, like, the reason why Snapchat is successful is because it goes away forever. And it's that singular event, you know? Like messaging, like, doesn't, like, I don't know, it makes it like a conversation. That's it, right?
Exactly.
And, like, the words that I'm recording it, but, like, in a typical conversation, the words that you say, they go and they're gone forever. And Snapchat creates, it makes a sort of intimacy that doesn't happen with Messenger or any other thing.
That's true.
Yeah. Which I didn't expect, you know? I was just kind of like, oh, is this for sending dick pics? Is that like the only point of this app? But it's actually my favorite way to converse with people over text.
I don't know. It kind of like forces you to, like, you know, create memories. And, you know, have to rely on memories.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Until you start screenshotting everything, Ryan. 600? God. Yeah. And that brings us back to our question. You know, like, why are we having this conversation recorded? Like,
because we're fucking millennials that want to do something different.
There you go. We're millennials, but not. We're different. So what do you think? How do you think that recording this podcast is different from what a standard millennial would do?
Well, I mean, first of all, recording a podcast is not really that common, I feel like, in millennials. Having this conversation recorded, you know, it's, first of all, we have an audience. It's just, I don't know, it's just different from, like, what other millennials are doing. Other millennials are, I don't know, just always on their phone.
For sure.
Snapchat.
Yeah. Well, we are too. You know, we are millennials.
Fucking millennials.
Other than just on their like always doing drugs, and I think I mentioned this earlier. They're just like, oh, who did you fuck? Oh, I fucked that bitch. It's like what? Like, great. That's like interesting for like a second, but like people seem to spend like their whole college just like going to parties and drinking. And it's like, what are you doing with your life? Like you're
That's
just
true. That's why we like.
Yeah. Speaking of that enlightenment thing I showed you earlier, like that's all monkey brain stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Like in terms of monkey brain, it was like stop drinking alcohol. Okay, so I just want to explain this really quickly. Check it out, Google Enlightenment 30 Challenges. I think it's like highmind.org. And they
it's like 30 days of like specific activities to like, you know, strengthen your brain basically.
Yeah. And they had like 6 minds, and the first mind is monkey mind. And it was like, don't drink any alcohol or caffeinated substances for 30 days. And another one was like, don't have sex or watch porn or masturbate for 30 days. And I thought it was really interesting, but like, seems like all these millennials are monkey minding it up. Now the next mind I noticed I was doing a fair amount of. It was like completely live in a clutter-free space. Yesterday, I just cleaned up my room for probably the first time in my whole life. My mother would be so proud. And like, oh my god, it's so great. Like, I know where everything is supposed to be, and I've removed everything I don't need from my life. And now that's going to start applying to everything else. Like, in my phone, I was like, I don't need all these fucking apps, and I removed it, and you know, then do that with classes. And
the art of not being a hoarder.
Yeah, like, I noticed, not being a hoarder. Because tidying up, like, I realized it was a lifestyle, and it's the same thing. Like, don't hoard, like, oh my god, I'm so attached to this idea, and it's kind of that fear of letting an object go. It's the same thing of fear of letting an opportunity go. Like, or maybe your time. Like, oh, if I don't do that, like, sometimes, and like, the only way to live life is to take a little bit of risk and say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm so afraid that I need to go to college for the next 4 years, but that's not fucking for me. I'm going to go internship in Guatemala. Or like, doing something a little different. And then another one was just like, spend 30 minutes listening to an audiobook every day or a podcast. So good job for you. You're already one step ahead. You're already one step ahead of those millennials. Not to say that you aren't a millennial. I think something my English teacher, you might hear me talk about my English teacher a lot. Something my English teacher pointed out was like, millennials were not exactly unified as a group in ways that other generations have been. And he said, yeah, I bet you millennials are probably more identified with your celebrities or like what you consume. And I realized he was totally fucking right.
That's true.
Like, I definitely like, oh yeah, and like in high school, I totally hung out with all the people who watched the same TV shows as me. Like Supernatural, like, in fact, that's literally how I upped my social game. Like, this girl I really liked Supernatural, so then I watched like 8 seasons of Supernatural. And it fucking worked. I dated her for 2 years. Yeah. Oy vey. Yeah, something... The rise of fandoms is something in millennials that we've seen that we haven't ever really seen before. Like, or that's their hobby, is watching TV and talking about these characters and making jokes about these characters.
That's true.
And it's
kind of crazy how we're
so new.
You know, we're
sorry.
A lot of millennials. Sorry, I like cut you off.
No, it's fine.
But like a lot of millennials, they're like, you know, they're connected by all these like characters and all these like unreal like, you know, ideas when like we're not making as much human connections. You know, we're talking about all these characters and like all these TV shows. It's kind of sad.
And we aren't like characters ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, stop talking about these celebrities and just be your own celebrity.
Right.
I guess. Yeah. Like my alarm says, it's like every adventurer wants to live a story, one with characters. Like I said that. Cause yeah, like watching, it's not the same. Like watching the TV show is not the same as being a character and saying, hey, I'm gonna go out to that dance club and I'm gonna see if I can like dance with a cute girl tonight. Like that's like you're in the story, and that's what everyone really wants. As much as we enjoy stories, we want to live the story, I think. And that's why sometimes, like, societally, it's like, what's my story? I earned, like, a six-figure, income. Like, great. That's there's no characters in that story. You're by yourself, buddy. You spent all your time doing nothing. And, like, 40 hours a week to do what? To be successful in, quote, society.
Right? You're just in this box.
Yeah.
And
not
like, good for you. You have 6 million. I mean, or 6 figures. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, are you happy?
Which. So I feel like then for me it would definitely be like figuring out that mix of like, okay, I have 6 figures. Now I'm gonna figure out how to do something really fucking interesting. Or like, holy shit, I have 6 figures and I'm working 40 hours a week. Mm-hmm. I'm going to save up a little bit, and then I'm gonna find some way to take that money I earned and invest it in a career that involves 20 hours a week. Or hell, the 4-hour work week.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah.
4-hour work week.
Check it out, Tim Ferriss. It's got some interesting. What did you think of that? Talk a little bit about that.
It sounds a little bit sketchy.
It was
you gotta
weird.
like outsource these like robots that like do your job for like $5 an hour.
And I was like, is that ethical?
I don't know. It sounds pretty cool though. I mean, everybody would love to work 4 hours a week. I mean, you're doing the same job, but it's just a lot more concentrated. Like, it's in 4 hours rather than 40 hours. Yeah, it's. I don't know.
We haven't actually read.
It's just basically professional ways to be lazy, you know, but being lazy in the most efficient way.
Right, but not. It's not. It's lazy. It's not, I don't think it's laziness. You can spend the rest of your 36 hours working, but you can spend it like making some amount of money. Probably not as much as your 6-figure income, but you can spend that money on like, I'm gonna like probably not go backpacking because in this universe, activism, right?
Yeah.
Like being like, hey, I'm gonna spend this money, not just donating, but on actually researching and like finding the best solution. Like that guy, I don't remember his name, but he owned what was it? 5-Hour Energy? He established 5-Hour Energy and he got $4 billion.
He donated like...
He didn't donate it, right? He spends it all. He chooses how to spend all of it.
That's right.
He's dedicating 99% of his wealth, which still leaves him with like $4 million or something. He's dedicating 99% of his wealth to...
Wait, was it 5-Hour Energy or Red Bull?
Research. It was 5-Hour Energy.
Oh,
it was definitely 5-Hour Energy. I don't remember his name because it's unfamiliar because it's Indian.
Mr. 5-Hour.
Mr. 5-Hour, yes. Speaking of hours and numbers next to 4. What was it about? Oh yeah, but he's like, I just want to reduce the amount of poverty in the world. So he's like, well, let me develop this bike. So he hired all these minds to develop how to make a really cheap bike that you pedal 1 hour a day. And it like powers 24 light bulbs and an iPad, and for like 3 days. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of energy for really cheap costs and a really low amount of time. And then he's just like trying to set up shop and like bring electricity to all of these like other people. And also he's focusing on water and like medicine. But he's just dedicating all of his riches to making the world a better place.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as like we watched that CPG Grey video about rulers, as much as it's like, well, to stay in power you have to like give money to all these people, he didn't have that. He like got lucky. He got $4 billion. He didn't get lucky entirely, right? If you won the lottery and got $4 billion, you might not do that. He knows enough about businesses to start that business. So there was a mix of luck, but he did have a lot of skill. So he's like, great. So I know all this stuff about business. I'm gonna really make this structure where I hire all these people, and we're gonna make the world a better place. Like that's like the holy grail of, wow, I can literally do anything to make the world a better place that I want to. And it's not like what if you had a democracy where it's like 100 people decide what to do with $4 billion? Maybe they would never decide. Democracies are tricky. That's part of why we have a president, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Democracies are pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Especially.
It seems like they take so long, but the thing is, they get things done for the better. Like it takes democracy
democracy
is
is
slow.
Huh?
They're very slow, but they're always in the right direction.
That's true.
Like it took so long for slavery to get abolished, but
that's just because like it took like, I don't know, it took like years and years of convincing, you know, like it.
Right, it took years and years of convincing, which is something I guess you would do
ourselves.
in a democracy. And then it wasn't like the king decides it and no one agrees with him. It's like, well, why are we changing? Because literally everyone agrees with it. Because we've been arguing about this for years.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Yeah, that's nifty. And then, as that other CPG Grape video showed that he released a week ago, look it up. It's probably old by now. It's called The Rules for Rulers. Is a summary book. But in a democracy, the rulers actually get even more and more wealth. Right? Because all the highly educated people are very good at producing wealth. Which is part of where America not only got a government that had a better, I don't know what to call it, a fairer governing system, it also got a richer governing system. Which is why, I Google this. There's some website, and you'll be able to, hover over a country, and it tells you what, government that country has. Ours is, a really long, complicated one, because we're not exactly a democracy. We're, a bicameral legislature with also a president, and it's complicated. But, the most common government today is a democracy. You know?
I'm not surprised.
I was a little surprised. It seems like there's I know China's no.
China's a republic. Well, it's a People's Republic of China, but I'm not really sure how their government system works, to be honest. But
for sure.
Yeah.
It's been 20 minutes. You down?
Sure.
All right, so it's been 20 minutes. This was an interesting experiment. All right.
Yeah.
Hope to that you guys listen in soon. See you in the next video.
Thanks for tuning in.